Good evening, friends, and welcome to Vibes of India. I'm Deepal, and today with me is a very special guest. He is Mihir Oza. He's come all the way from Canada, from Toronto to be precise. Mihir is an accomplished real estate and into mortgage business. And since today he is in Apud, Gujarat, we are going to talk of everything that a global Gujarati likes to hear, read and watch. To start with, you're going to have elections soon in Canada. Can you tell us something about that?
Sure. First of all, thanks Deepal for having me here at Vibes of India studio and the head office here in Ahmedabad. So yes, that's right Deepal. Elections for the federal Parliament is happening in Canada. It's on Monday 28th of April. In fact, advance polling are going to commence from Good Friday as well. So a lot of people are excited for the elections. Yeah, and that is something, there's a bit of difference where in India the Parliament is for 5 years, in Canada it is for 4 years. So then the amount of time that the government gets to get to work is kind of limited in that sense. And then of course this time around the election was supposed to be held next year in October, but it's an early election because the people had lost the faith in the previous outgoing Liberal government. So the outgoing Prime Minister did announce like he was stepping down. That's Justin Trudeau, was the Prime Minister for about 9 years, won 3 elections. He stepped down, the party has been taken over by Mark Carney, and then as soon as he got into the role, he prorogued the parliament and he got the elections announced.
From an Indian perspective, my next question is that Trudeau had a very colorful personality when it came to his Indian, I would call it charisma rather than drama.
Right.
So what about the current candidate and his connection with India?
Well, Mark Carney, for the record, in case if somebody is not aware, he has a very great resume to boast of. He has been the governor for Bank of Canada. Afterwards, he went to Bank of England as a governor as well. So all in all, a great economist. Never elected as a parliamentarian or any level, though his family has some roots on the political level as well. But Justin Trudeau doing Bhangra or being in our Jabba Kurta and all, that's not Mark Carney. He's more of the suit person.
So can we ever expect Henry to be doing Garba for us?
Sure, why not? That will happen. At the end of the day, we have seen all prime ministers all over the world shake a leg or beat a drum.
Right.
So obviously Mark Carney, possibly in the near future, we'll see him in that role as well.
So, as Mihir, you pointed out that the Liberal government was in trouble and Justin Trudeau had to step down. But in the present context, how do you place the Liberals in the political race for the upcoming elections?
So, if I just go back about 6-8 odd months, way back in 2024, the Liberals had lost the confidence in the general public. And over there would be market research coming out every week, every month and all, which were showing the Liberals trailing. So much so with the opposition Conservatives that there was a 20 points difference wherein the Conservatives were leading ahead. As soon as Justin Trudeau stepped down, Mark Carney got elected later on as the leader of Liberals and he got into being the Prime Minister. It has seen an upside down. Right now, the polls are suggesting that the Liberals are leading by about 7 to 8 points as well, which they are kind of, if the election were taking place today, they will win the election. So that's a sea change that has happened in the last month or two.
That's pretty amazing. So you mean to say that all the negativity was more towards an individual rather than the party?
Possibly, yes. Sometimes what happens is in politics, and I'm sure the viewers know it very well, when somebody is in power for 8, 10, 12 years, there's that anti-incumbency factor as well.
And there's sort of a fatigue that
Exactly.
comes in.
And of course, things got complicated in the country because there has been a lot of housing crisis that has been happening since 2022, 2023. The prices have gone down. People are finding it struggle, like to find a place to live. The rents soared. The inflation was high. All those kind of factors were leading up to Justin Trudeau not being liked by the people, and that's how the Liberals were getting impacted on the polls.
But then if of late we see that your inflation rate, very surprisingly and quite contradictory to most places in the world, your inflation rates display a different picture altogether.
That is true. In fact, if I refer to earlier this week's index as well, for the month of February it was 2.6, for the month of March it dropped down to 2.3. The Bank of Canada has always kind of given a directive to keep it around the 2% mark. So that is something which is a welcome sign as well. And that just goes to show that probably the economy is going to see that turnaround happening anytime soon.
Mihir, as Indians, our main concern is whichever political party assumes power in the forthcoming elections, which party do you think is going to be more favorable towards India, its diplomatic, educational, when it comes to policy, when it comes to aid? Which is a more favorable party for India and why?
It's an interesting one, but before I answer that, I'll tell you all three political parties bank upon Indian origin candidates. In Canada, there's overall 338 seats, out of which even the outgoing government has about 20-25 Indian origin MPs. There have been ministers as well. May it be defense, may it be tourism, housing, all those kind of portfolios and various other portfolios have been held by Indian origin like MPs. But having said that, though all the three major parties, the Liberals, Conservative and NDP have Indian origin MPs as the candidates, it's I would say a tightrope right now, because in the last year or two we have seen the relations being strained. There have been many factors wherein last year when Justin Trudeau had come to India, there were trouble around his visit.
And there was a diplomatic
exactly
blotch as well.
So those were there, but what I feel is that let's start from the bottom, and not any disrespect to the NDP on that front, but most probably they are not likely to form a government, so they are out of the picture. Now it leaves us to Liberals and Conservatives. The Conservatives have not been in power for about 10 years. The leader, Pierre Poilievre, has been an MP for about 15-20 years. Great experience, long experience and all. He would be definitely a good person to patch relations with India. At the same time, if we look at Mark Carney on the Liberal front, with his resume and his experience and all, and India is all about economic development. There's like a lot of trade between both the countries. There's a lot of stuff that Canada imports from India. So with that as well, Mark Carney can play a good role to patch those relations and have the economic activity happening once again.
But with, if we look at the trend in the world, it's conservatives, conservatives, conservatives all the way, you know, whether it's India or Italy.
Yes.
So why is Canada behaving differently? If
I would put it this way, that traditionally Liberals have been more for immigration. Because in Canada, for example, there's like almost, in a city where I live, Toronto, there's more than 150 languages being spoken from all over the world. People are there. And Liberals have, you go back to the time when there was crisis in Africa, when Idi Amin was literally kicking out Indians and all. Canada had taken Indians with open arms. If there has been crisis in Somalia, if there has been something in South America.
Or for that matter, even in Punjab.
Oh yes.
During the Khalistani movement.
That's right.
right?
That's right, yes.
Maximum political asylum, or whether
Yes.
it was Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka as well, yes.
Canada has always given political asylum with pretty open arms.
Yes, that is
but if
right.
you talk of immigration, what better example than your next door neighbor, United States of America, when it comes to immigrants from different colors and creeds.
Yes.
But still, they've gone conservative.
That is right. Yeah. And I guess, I mean, of course, I am no one because I've never lived or worked in US that I can comment. But yes, being the next door neighbor, what I can definitely see is US and Canada are two different world apart, I would say. Simply put, because over in Canada, it's more on the family environment.
Okay.
There's more of that opportunity and more brotherhood, I would put it as. Somehow I just have the feeling US is more about money and being me first than us first. So that's where the difference I see it as.
Okay. Last few questions. One question that I want to ask, particularly since we are in Ahmedabad and we Gujaratis love to travel. We are always called global Gujaratis because we love to travel and explore the world. Of late, બહુ બધા વિડીયોઝ જોવા મળે છે કે કેનેડિયન્સ હોય કેનેડાથી મૂકે કે ભાઈ અહીંયા આવતા નહીં, જો અમારા આ હાલ છે, નોકરી નથી, અમે બેગ પેક કરીએ છીએ, પાછા આવીએ છીએ. હકીકત શું છે?
Yes and no. ઘણી વાર છે ને પેલો રીલ અને ફેમ માટે પણ લોકો કરતા હોય છે.
Okay.
That reminds me a video that a young student had shot a few years ago wherein એ લોટની થેલી ખભા ઉપર લઈને સ્ટોરમાંથી એના ઘરે જતો હોય છે and he was like જો કેનેડામાં આવું થાય છે. I mean, yeah, that was more on the picturesque or the funnier part that he was kind of portraying. Yes, he will get lots of followers and likes and all those kind of things, but the true picture is not that bad, to be very honest. I mean, the country has a lot of opportunities, and over all these number of years, I've always believed that if you want to do a job, you won't be unemployed for a single day.
In Canada?
In Canada, yes. You can pick up any odd jobs as well. In the past, some of my friends, when there was a IT turn, which was not doing so great, one friend of mine had picked up a job as being a truck driver.
Right.
He was now he's moved to US, but he was like, no, I will work. There's opportunity. That's okay. I'll wait.
And there's dignity of labor.
Exactly. There is, yes. So, but Canada is a good country. Gujarati આવવું જ જોઈએ. There's no reason why one should not.
અમે ગુજરાતી તો જ આવીએ જો સારું ગુજરાતી ખાવાનું મળતું હોય કેનેડામાં.
હવે તમને શું કહું? તમને ગોવર્ધન થાળ ત્યાં જોઈએ છે?
ઓકે.
ત્યાં એ મળી જશે. તમને વડાપાવનું એ કોઈ પણ પ્લેસ જોઈએ છે, તમને you name it and that brand is over there.
Wow.
Yeah. એટલે અત્યારે મારા માઇન્ડમાં નથી આવી રહ્યા, પણ each and
or even if they are
brands.
not indigenous, there could be local Indian food brands,
Exactly.
right? So food is not a problem.
No, absolutely not. સંકલ્પ ત્યાં છે, Honest છે, બધી જ brands ત્યાં આગળ છે હવે.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful talking to you,
Thank you
Mihir,
so much,
and
Deepa.
have a great time here in India.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Vibes of India. Please like and share our videos and keep watching us.